Good morning and welcome for today's session. Today we will be talking about the 21st century skill, the most important skill, which is critical thinking. And today the engagement is more in terms of doing few activities. Of course, we'll have also look at few of the videos which are also available. Um, so let's keep attention and enjoy the sessions today and pick up very critical skills which is very important for your future. So as we start, why do you think critical thinking is so important?
Multiple reasons like thinking out of the box, giving innovative solutions, and solving day-to-day problems, then coming out with new ideas. So thinking makes us like a question why something is important, and the moment we understand why, we start getting answers in our mind.
Hmm. Okay, so all of you agree on this? One of the main reason why critical thinking is so important is because the world is constantly changing, isn't it? Okay. And how they are changing because of technology, because of demographics, because of geopolitics, environment. All these aspects are constantly changing the world, isn't it? So which means that uh, um, for us to live in this world which is constantly changing, we have to also keep on doing something different to adapt, right? What is geopolitics? Okay, geopolitics is basically a complex environment in which every country has its own sovereign requirements. At the same time, every country also has to depend on each other. Example, I don't know whether you're reading newspaper nowadays or listening to news. There's a lot of tension happening between India and Canada. Okay, what is the reason for that?
Like there is a relation problem, like they're not satisfied from us.
Okay. So you get newspaper at home today?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sure there'll be some article today. Just read them.
Okay.
Okay. You are partially right. I think the situation was bad since 1970s, but suddenly it has become worse in the last few days because of political statements which is being made by the Prime Minister of Canada, and then followed up by the statements made by the External Affairs Department of both the countries. Okay. Similarly, there are challenges between India and China, especially on the border. China keeps on troubling us. At the same time, between China and India, we are the biggest trading partners. Between China and India, there are at least $100 billion worth of business which happens every year. Okay, so these are the things which are constantly happening, and I just gave two example. I think geopolitics is something which is happening across the world, and which is why you had this G20 meeting which happened recently in India, and then along with that, a lot of other alignments are also happening. So uh, geopolitics is constantly shaping the way the countries try to adapt to different situations. Okay. So it's a big word, but I think it's important for you to understand that this is something which is constantly going to happen. I think we know about technology, what changes happening, right? And demographics, of course, we also know how demographics are constantly changing. And of course, there is always a constant change on the environment because of, the demographics and geopolitics both have impact on the environment, right? So these are constantly changing the way the world is shaping up, and which is why we as human beings, human race, we have to constantly find new ways to live comfortably in our world. Okay. And that is why critical thinking becomes even more important. Of course, at a personal level, this is important, but this is the broader requirement of why critical thinking is so important. Okay. So because of the constant change, there's always old ways have to give way to the new ways. Otherwise, for example, if you look at let's take example of environment. In environment today, what is the biggest challenge in environment today? Or rather, biggest opportunity as well, not just challenge. Okay. So in terms of environmental opportunity, I would say is the use of renewable energy, shift from conventional energy to renewable energy. I think that is a challenge also, and also is an opportunity. Okay. So for that to happen, we have to constantly think about new ways, new solutions. Hence, it is important for us to think critically about anything. Make sense? What we saw earlier is at a slightly bigger level as a humanity why it is important. Now it is more towards why it is important at a personal level. First one is it improves our independence. If we are able to think critically about something, we can become more independent rather than depending on others to guide us. Okay. It also improves self-evaluation, then improves good language and presentation skills. It improves creativity and innovation. That is the most important requirement at an individual level also, isn't it? Okay. It improves our decision making, which is also one of the important characteristics of critical thinking, right? If we don't use our creativity, if we don't think critically, we cannot find new things, innovate new things. Correct. And it also helps us to live in the 21st century economy. Okay. So let's see this small video. Pay attention to this and just let me know whether you're getting the sound or not. Are you getting the sound?
7 reasons why critical thinking is important. Hi, in this video, you will learn why critical thinking is important in our everyday lives. Critical thinking is a skill you attain developing your judgments by thinking open-mindedly, logically, and coherently. By becoming a good critical thinker, you become a more independent and self-directed learner. Every person can improve their critical thinking skills, helping them take accurate decisions in their daily life routines at school, university, organization, or simply at home. Here are the 7 reasons why we advise practicing critical thinking skills. 1. Critical thinking encourages independency. Learning how to think critically teaches you to be more independent. You do not rely on others, and you take full ownership of your strengths and weaknesses. This helps you avoid mistakes, improving your judgmental and evaluation skills to a whole new level. 2. Critical thinking improves your self-evaluation. Thinking with reason and making logical justifications helps reflect your own values and decisions in a good way. Critical thinking is considered as an important asset for one's own well-being. 3. Critical thinking promotes good language and presentation skills. By thinking critically, you can present your thoughts in an organized manner. Analyzing your data logically helps you express your idea more effectively. 4. Critical thinking encourages creativity and innovation. By thinking out of the box, You come up with new ideas and creative solutions, allowing you to explore alternative options. As opposed to narrow thinking, critical thinking frees your mind and motivates you to understand other situations around you. 5. Critical thinking encourages good decision making. Being a good, systematic, and logical thinker allows you to coherently outline possible solutions to your problems. By doing that, you can then easily visualize the best of these solutions and thus apply it accordingly. 6. Critical thinking encourages scientific discoveries and theories. Science involves theory creation. However, in order to confirm these scientific theories, both experimentation and reason are necessary. So critical thinking is and will always be one of the main foundations of science. 7. Critical thinking keeps us up to date with our 21st century economy. As you already know, our economy today is based on information and technology. It is changing quickly and effectively. Analyzing information and solving problems systematically helps us adapt to this fast-changing workplace. So as explained, it is vital to possess good critical thinking skills full of reason and logic. Learning how to master thinking analytically and systematically is considered a valuable asset for any career.
Okay, so just to recapture again, so basically it helps us become independent. It helps us in self-evaluation. It helps us in good communication skill, presentation skill, improves in creativity and innovation, decision-making process, helps us in discoveries, not just scientific discovery, I think any kind of discovery, right? And also helps us in to live in the 21st century economy. I think we saw that initially also, no? That critical thinking is important in terms of adapting to the new ways in the changing world. Let's see another small video, how to develop critical thinking. Now we have seen why it is important. Let's see what can be done.
How to develop critical thinking skills? Well, who, what, where, when, why, and how. Ask these 6 questions, then you are up for developing your critical thinking skills. Now let's understand this with an example. Now let us use this simple analogy or exercise. Think of something that someone has recently told you. Now you're listening. Think of something that someone has recently told you. Then ask yourself the following questions. Who said it? Someone you know, someone in a position of authority or power. Does it matter who told you this? Who said it? Now the next one. What? What did they say? Did they give facts and figures or opinions? Did they provide all the facts? Did they leave anything out? What did they say? That's how it is important. Now the next one. Where did they say it? Where? Was it in a public or in private? Did other people have a chance to respond and provide an alternative information or an opinion about it or facts about it? When did they say it? Was it before, during, or after an event? Is timing important at all? That's very crucial. Why did they say it? Did they explain the reason behind their opinion? Were they trying to make someone look good or bad? Were they trying to impress on somebody? It's very important. Why did they say it? Now the last one, how did they say it? Were they happy, sad, angry, or indifferent? Did they write or verbally say it? Could you understand what was said? Well, my friends, this is how you develop critical thinking skills. You keep on asking these questions in every situation. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. This is where you're going to develop your critical thinking skills.
I think we'll go back to the earlier question which I asked Tej. You know, why do you think there is a problem between India and Canada? So all of you as an exercise today, why don't you actually read one or two articles? It could be from newspaper also, could be from internet as well, and use these uh, asking questions, all the 6 questions, and
How to develop critical thinking skills?
arrive at your way of thinking about the subject. Doable? Can I get a yes from all of you? Okay. So I believe all of you will try this. So asking the 5 W questions and 1 H question on any subject can help you uh, intentionally helping you to create your critical thinking ability. Doable? In any subject, it can be done actually. Okay. For the ease of understanding, I want all of you to work on this India-Canada recent controversy. Okay. So what are the traits of a critical thinking person? Okay. Let's see this.
Well, if you want to identify a person with a critical thinking skills, or someone with critical thinking skills can understand the links between ideas, recognize, build and apprise arguments, identify inconsistencies and errors in reasoning, approach problems in a consistent and a systematic way, determine the importance and relevance of arguments and ideas. Someone with a critical thinking skills, they can reflect on the justification of their own assumptions, beliefs and values. They are not emotionally bounded, they're logically data fact based bounded. That is what is critical thinking all about. Now this is how you could identify a person who is critically thinking. Now you will face this across when you meet your superiors at work, or when your staff members, faculty members in your school, college, you would come across these situations, and they may irritate you, it appears to be, but it is not. They are actually questioning your assumptions, they are actually questioning your logic. That way they are pushing you to think critically and come out with some new way of thinking or new way of solving an existing problem.
Okay. So we will now go on to the activities which we want to go through. The first activity which I had shared in the group, I don't know how many of you have tried doing it. There was a set of triangles which I had shared. So did anybody try to solve it? Okay. So whoever is saying 13, can you explain how it is 13? Only Varnika and Sachi are saying it is 13. Okay. So 13 is actually the correct answer. So we can see the triangle, right? So how it is 13? The first one is the big one, right? That is 1. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 10. And then 11. Then this is 12. And this is 13. Okay. Okay. So we'll do certain few more activities. These are, of course, very simple ideas, but the whole purpose of doing this is just to make you think a bit. Now, quickly, can you, all of you, in the next 1 minute, uh, find out the missing words. Find out the missing words in the screen what you see. And the clue is that each missing word is actually same for each set actually. Once you're done, just say done. Don't share the answer right now. Oh, Varnika has done it. Very good. Let's wait for the others also to finish. Sachi done. Okay. Tej, are you trying? Manasvi, are you able to do it? I know you're in train, but you can mentally work on it. Little. What is little? Little bit. Okay. So you didn't get all the words. Okay. Fine. Okay, so we'll start with Varnika. Varnika, can you tell which one is the first letter? Okay, we'll go to Sachi. Sachi, what are the letters?
The first one, if we start with, it's P, it's rope, spoil,
Hmm.
puddle, and map.
Hmm. Then next one.
Next one is a bit easier because if we start with second, the last one is elephant. So we
Hmm.
get the letter from there.
Correct.
So it's E. Similarly, the third one, the first word, the word which comes from K is knife. So we
Hmm.
get N there. And the last one is 7. Fourth one, should I speak up?
Yeah, unless others want to share. Tej,
Tejas,
have you?
yeah, Tej, it's exercise. Do you want to try it out? Fourth one, exercise, cave, crisp, script. So the letter can be.
First one is crisp.
First one is crisp. Okay.
Second one is exercise.
Hmm.
Third one is save. Fourth one is script.
Okay.
So the letter is C.
Yeah.
Right.
Fifth one, the last word is very common, which we use to write something.
Ink.
So we get the letter from here.
Okay. You want to
Yeah.
share all the letters, all the words?
Wise, ice, prize, and ink.
Correct. Okay. Last one.
L.
L. Okay. Now, using all these words, can we form a new word?
Yes, pencil.
Pencil, yes, correct. Okay. This is a very elementary school stuff, but I mean, the whole idea was to make you think about it. Okay. So don't go by the simplicity of this issue. In life, we will be always thrown upon in various situations like this where we have to think beyond and put really some thoughts about that particular situation, right? Okay. Okay. Pencil is the word what we get. Yeah. Okay. This is the very easy one. Can everybody see this? This is like a pyramid. Okay. So you create a pyramid of letters where you start with one letter. Let's say you start with X on top. Then next two letter also should start with X. Then third letter, third word also should start with X, and so on and so forth. Create this pyramid with first letter all being same. Quickly do that. For example, in case of example, they have given this AN, art, apex, like that.
First one is the X, but I'm trying to find the others.
No, I just gave an example that first letter can be X. You can take any word. You can take B, C, D, whatever you want. Whichever letter you want. I mean, X was just an example.
I got it till six letters.
Okay, what are the letters? What are the words rather?
So was the letter S.
Hmm.
So with one letter it's just S. Two
Hmm.
letters so. Three
Hmm.
letters C.
Hmm.
4 letters seat. 5 letters slate and 6 letters school.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. That is one way to look at it. Anybody else has got?
We just have to make words starting with the same letter, right? Alphabet.
Ah, yes.
So B, first one,
Yes.
by, bat,
Hmm.
wall, bricks.
Correct. Okay. Now can you get? Okay, no worry. I will share this again in the group. You can actually try multiple number of options. Okay, since we have another activity also to do, so I'm just going forward. So the one of the answer could be this also: beat, bat, beat, beast. I mean, one example what Sachi also told. So in different ways, we can actually create these kind of words also. Correct. Okay, next one is even more interesting. You see these figures, right? Find a way how to divide these figures into 4 equal parts. How many ways we can actually divide the figures into 4 equal parts? And method of dividing them could be different. Need not be same.
I got the first activity.
Which one?
The we have to
this.
make the words from one letter.
Tell me.
I use the letter O, OG, one, oval, omega.
Oh, what is the meaning of OG?
Oh God. Like we use it at some time, right?
No, those are used only in WhatsApp messages by young people like you. That's not the English word. Okay, I mean, okay, I take your answer because anyway, we are in the 21st
Or
century.
we
But
can use or.
yeah,
Or.
starting with or, it can be on. So many things can be done. Okay, you got the idea, right? Okay, this one you try. Okay, Shreya has done it. Okay. So just wanted to know, Shreya, have you been able to divide all of them, including the triangle?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting because I could not actually divide the triangle into 4 equal parts. Let's see if others are also able to do that or not. Anybody else has got? Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you got the first figure, which is the square? Has everybody got it? Then next
Actually, I
one
got all
is
the shapes except the triangle.
you got everything except the triangle.
Yes.
Okay, don't worry, even I did not get it. So we'll see how Shreya has got it. Okay, so circle everybody has done. Okay, and obviously the rectangle everybody has done. Okay, so we are ready to see the answer. And can I see your pictures? What you have done? Let me see. Show me on the screen, please. Somehow, Sachi, I don't know the focus you have to change. I can't see the paper. This is better. Okay. Okay. So we'll go one by one. First is the square. Okay. How many ways the square can be divided? First
Two.
one anyway is given already. For the balance 3 pictures, do you think there are 3 more ways to divide it? Yes or no?
One can be along the diagonals, one can be along the sides.
There's one more way also. Okay, we'll come to that. Okay, how many ways the circle can be divided? Is there
Infinite.
different infinite ways? Yes. because the angle can keep on changing, so we can actually divide it. Okay, then we'll come to the rectangle. How many
For
times?
square, they can be 3 parallel lines.
Correct. Okay. So there could be, there could be one vertical and one horizontal line to break it. And then there are other ways to break it also. Just see the answer.
Yeah, so parallel lines.
There could be parallel lines, there could be vertical lines, and there could be other ways to also break it. Okay. And the triangle actually cannot be broken into equal parts. It can be
equal in
divided.
terms of, is it equal in terms of symmetry or area?
Basically symmetry, if you can think of it. Yeah.
Symmetry, we couldn't do it, but if it is area, we just folded the paper and did it.
Yes. If it is symmetry, it cannot be done. Okay. But most of you probably just wrote this one, right? I mean, this one, most of you wrote it. Probably, maybe this, I don't know. Sachi, you did probably, but vertical nobody thought about, I think. Vertical lines. You thought about it, but you had not drawn it. You didn't show me. Okay, no problem. I mean, the whole idea of all this exercise is to make you think, like the 9 dot exercise, what we did on the last class. The whole idea of doing all this exercise was to make you think. And this was a simple, of course, these are all probably elementary school kind of exercise. This is not something which we are going to get as problems in life. In our problems in life will be much more complex, where different variables will come up and we have to take decisions based on that. Okay. But when we practice all this over a period of time, we tend to develop our thinking capability. And one of the best way to start doing it is actually being present. I'll stop sharing it. One of the best way to start using critical thinking would be to really to be present in that particular moment. For example, when I gave these questions to all of you, everybody took different times to solve it. Okay. One of the reasons could be that some of you, when you saw the question, your thought processes went around here and there. It is possible. Okay. But then whoever actually started thinking about it at that particular moment, only about the problem, then probably those of you started getting the answers a little faster than the others. So it is not really, I'm not trying to judge anybody's intelligence or thinking capacity. All of you are, given same amount of capability as the best creation of the God. So I'm not trying to compare anybody, but it is just that the more we are able to present ourselves in a given moment in terms of what is the task in hand, it becomes easier for us to start using our critical thinking as tool. And as earlier we saw, uh, the the 6 questions, which are basically the 5 W questions and 1 H question on any subject, will actually help us in also in the template of making critical thinking as part of our day-to-day life. And it is a skill which we can actually develop. It is nothing to do with anybody's intelligence, nothing to do with anybody's learning capacity. It has nothing to do with any of that. Okay, it is something which we can actually start developing at any age, irrespective of age. Okay. And fortunately, the template is same for all of us. Okay. So what I'll do is, as we did this activity, every day one or two such activity I'll share on the group, so that you can start using your thinking capacity during those activities. And I will definitely like all of you to work on the India-Canada issue and use those 5W questions and H question to come with your own answers. It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever your answer is, that is your way of thinking. So there is no right or wrong answer. It is your way of interpreting about a subject. Okay. And I would encourage all of you to share it on the private Facebook page, so that we can actually learn from each other. Probably some of you will come out with some answer which I also don't have not thought about. I have a certain view about it. Maybe I will also learn in the process also. Okay. Make sense? Okay. Okay. I think it is 12, and I hope you like the activities what we did today, and the concept is clearer to you. As suggested, please do those action plan which we spoke about. And during the week, every day, one or two activities I'll keep sharing in the group, and you please reply to them. You can do that, or you can reply your answers on the Facebook page also, or you can do it one to one as well. And come back with your reply on the India-Canada issue. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation. We'll see you next week again with one more topic on the 21st century skill. Okay. Thank you.